Hey everybody, David here, back with another video. And today we have a first impression. I would say a little bit of a glorified first impression. I wore this yesterday, was giving it a few wears, testing it out, walking around, all that type of jazz. I have some tester strips over here. We're going to respray this fragrance on the tester strip. I'll explain, talk about it a little bit more deep in depth. It's a new release for 2024, but before we hop into that, I just want to let you all know, if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the thumbs up button on it. Greatly appreciate your support. And if you have not yet, hit that subscription button so you do not miss out on any of the content I post on the channel. Now, with all that out of the way, let's hop into this first impressions. And the fragrance, it's no other than one of my favorite fragrances. I would say holy grails, I guess you could say. And it is of this one, Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cobalt. And I will say I've sniffed the original Bad Boy and I was not too big of a fan of it. But Bad Boy Cobalt here, this is my go-to. This is a grail fragrance for me, plain and simple. I know a lot of people say this and that about the Bad Boy line, like prime example, the bottle's tacky, but man, I really love this scent profile, this DNA, as goes into Invictus Platinum, or even Edgewater by Michael Malone, like Ash's fragrance from Gin Scents. This style of fragrance is up my alley for freshies. I really enjoy it. I'm going to spray this on a tester strip, let it sit for a little bit. Now, I'll let you guys see what the OG's like. So we'll spray it. We'll see what the atomizer looks like. And I'll tell you with the elixir, when I pull it out, it's going to be exactly the same like this. So there it is. A little good atomizer right there. Not bad. Oh, man. This stuff gets me some type of way. I will say that. This stuff gets me some type of way, man. It's off that top. All right. Enough about the OG. Enough about the OG. Now, before I bring out the elixir to show you guys, here's the box. Okay, so it's going to have the elixir at the bottom over here, nothing on the back. It's going to say your concentration down here as well. On the bottom of the box, you got your badge code down here. You can hardly see it on the camera, but it is there. You got the CH on top for Carolina Herrera, and then nothing on the sides really on the box. So there it is, the elixir box. The box for this is going to look very similar, just without the elixir down here. So just a little heads up on that. Now, since I got the presentation out of the way, actually I'll show you here too. So, they come in like so, and this bad boy right here, and it'll just be sitting down in the box. So, with all that being said, let's bring out the 2024 release and give my thoughts on it, and I'll explain a little bit how it's different than this one right here. So, here it is right here. Here it is. This one's a deeper blue. I will say this one's got a gradient. This one's gradient goes from blue to black. This is, I know, Black Adam's fragrance, everybody, with the lightning bolt. But, man, I know the bottle's tacky, but this just, like I said, hits me some type of way. Now, I will say, my bottle's broke. I don't know if you guys can see it up at the top right here. The quality control was bad, and the bottle was, like, cracked right here. I was like, dude, come on. But, hey, it is what it is. It just what matters what's on the inside, not the out, of course. And, yeah, I'm going to spray this one on a tester strip, and I'm going to talk through it. Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir here. Bad Boy Cobalt right there. And then I will get into my first impressions, my glorified first impressions. So, atomizer again for you all. Really good. These Bad Boy, it's kind of surprised the Paco Rabanne ones on the 1 million ones are kind of iffy, but these are actually pretty good. Now, straight off, when you smell this, you smell these, Bad Boy Cobalt is going to be a lot fresher off that top. This one's got a note of plum in it. This one, for the sweetness, is going to have vanilla, which makes a big difference. This one's got some pepper in it. This one's going to be more spicy up top. This one's going to be more fresh. So, just going back, can really get that freshness right here. This one's going to be more spicy and resinous, I will say. This one more spicy and fresh and a little bit sweet with this one. This Bad Boy Cobalt here. So, and I will say, the notes in this one, in the elixir right here, you got black pepper, sage at the top, heart notes, black truffle woods, and in the base you got frankincense and vanilla. And at that top, you're going to get that black pepper. And then as the black pepper sits around in that opening, and I will say the opening for this one lasts a while compared to this one. With this one, that black pepper is going to last for about an hour and a half, maybe even 2 pushing. That sage is going to also be in the top. You can kind of smell that a little bit. And then as it hits the mid, it gets more resinous. And, you know, it says on here for the main accords, sweet, spicy, woody, resinous, and fresh. You might get a little freshness off the top, but this is the more mature, more redefined version of this fragrance right here. And, you know, don't get me wrong, this does have some freshness, but this is more dark, more mysterious, more resinous, more earthy, if you could say. I will say the black truffle is more prominent in this one compared to this one. This one's going to have that plum note, and you're going to smell that a lot with this. Compared to this is going to be that black truffle and that vanilla mixing. Also, too, you got more woods, you got frankincense, gives it more of a deeper base. I will say for Bad Boy Elixir Cobalt, it is going to last a lot longer than this. This one, I will say that projection was about medium until about 4 to 5 hours, I will say for me. And then it started turning into a skin scent, but I changed shirts because I switched into my work shirt because I'm coming from class. But I could still smell it. Good, I would say performance on this, maybe 8 to 9 hours, even pushing 10 possibly, off of my testing yesterday of it. And this one right here is going to be a little bit more in the freshy range. So, usually for me, this one actually has got good performance compared to what I hear other people talking about. This one right here, I would say the performance is in the 6 to 7 hour range for me. But this one turns into a skin scent very fast compared to this one. And, you know, I really like the tweaks that they did for the Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir compared to the Cobalt. So basically I could wear this in the summer and spring and then fall and winter. But you could also wear this in the early spring as well. I'm definitely going to be giving this one more wears right now. But yeah. Like I said, performance is very good with this new one here compared to the OG version. And these tweaks make it a little bit more mysterious, like I kind of mentioned before. I will say, and straight up, this is nothing new, okay? It's nothing unique. It's nothing crazy. It's not going to blow your mind like, oh my gosh, I've never smelled something like that before in my life. This one is going to be more of that vanilla, that sparkly vanilla from Invictus Victory Elixir, which I really enjoy that fragrance. And I'm going to keep it real with you all. I really enjoy that. This is probably going to be in my top 10 releases of this year, the ones I smell and stuff like that. Maybe probably even in my top 5, just because I like this DNA so much. Now, I will say, if you want something mass appealing, easy to wear, pull off, good performance, this is going to be your go-to. But I will say, if you smelled Invictus, can't speak right now, Invictus Victory Elixir, and you weren't vibing with that, you're not going to like this. I'm going to say, too, this has got the Bad Boy Cobalt DNA in this elixir. You're just adding that vanilla, that sparkly vanilla for the sweetness instead of the plum, which is perfectly fine. But overall, would I say this is redundant to own? No. You would wear these at different times. Would I say you should go out and say, hey, I want to buy it, like, you know, blind buy it? I would say sample it just because this is the Bad Boy Cobalt DNA, just with some sparkly vanilla put in there. To my nose, it smells great. I'm going to wear it. I'm going to enjoy it. But I just want you all to be careful out there with some of these fragrances. They can be redundant. They can be misleading, I guess you could say. You know, some of the elixirs that have been coming out recently aren't similar to the flankers, like Dior Sauvage Elixir, prime example, is not similar to Sauvages at all. I'm not saying that this one is similar to this one, but it does have that DNA to match with this one, just with a different sweetness, and it's more resinous and earthy, which at the end of the day, I really like those tweaks. So think about that when you're buying your fragrances, and like I said, don't always spray it on the tester strip. If you really enjoy a fragrance, spray it on your skin. Because I enjoy this one more on my skin than I am on the tester strip right now. And that's the same with this one too. I enjoy both of these a lot more on my skin compared to the tester strip. Now, like I said, with all that being said, this one, I like it a lot. This gets the thumbs up approval for me. Double thumbs up. But I can see when people get this fragrance, smell this fragrance, they're going to be like, yeah, man, not really reinventing the wheel. It's kind of redundant, this, that, and the third. But in my opinion, they made enough changes from the OG to the Elixir that it warrants at least a sample try. I will say that. For all the people out there that have not smelled this line, it does warrant a sample smell at least. Getting a sample of it. Or going to a store and getting a whiff of it on a tester in your skin. Now, with all that being said, I'm going to have some new releases on the way here soon. One I was really interested in, I don't know if I'm going to pick it up here soon. I've seen some reviews about it, is the Y Elixir, or how you pronounce that name. I'm really interested by that, but I don't know if I'm going to go that route. We'll see. There is a lot more fragrances coming out this year that I am very excited and stoked on. But yeah, there's your first impressions of Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir. I like it a lot. Up my alley. Performance, well, nicely done compared to this one. And yeah, let me know in the comments down below, guys, if you have smelled Carolina Herrera Bad Boy Cobalt or Bad Boy Cobalt Elixir. Let me know what you think of the new Elixir flanker from the line. And yeah, I will see you all on the next one.